Welcome to Sweat Soul Success, where fitness meets soul and greatness is forged one rep, 1 mile, one choice at a time. Today we're tackling a topic that separates those who dabble from those who dominate, setting fitness goals that stick. Picture this, it's January 1st. The gym is packed, the air charged with hope and determination. Fast forward a month and the crowd thins out. Those treadmills? Empty. Those ambitions? Abandoned. What? Because hope alone is a flimsy fuel. Goals, real goals, are forged with clarity, commitment, and a fire that doesn't flicker at the first gust of resistance. Let me tell you a story. There was a runner, a friend of mine, who wanted to qualify for the Boston Marathon. She wrote it down, a goal so audacious it scared her. But that wasn't enough. She broke it into smaller pieces, mileage milestones, pace targets, recovery days. She had a plan for every step. And when life threw its curveballs, work stress, injuries, she didn't crumble. What? Because her goal wasn't just a wish, it was a promise she made to herself. It reminds me of a quote by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. A goal without a plan is just a wish. If your fitness goal is to get fit, let me tell you something, that's a wish. But if your goal is to run a 5K, bench your body weight, or finally touch your toes in yoga, now we're talking. Make it specific, make it measurable, make it real. Here's the challenge, my friends. 1. Set your North Star. What do you want? Not what your friends want, not what looks good on Instagram. What sets your soul on fire? 2. Break it down. A marathon starts with a single step. A shredded physique starts with one clean meal, one workout, one small victory repeated over and over. 3. Stay accountable. Tell someone who will hold you to it. Write it down and stick it where you can see it daily. Make it impossible to ignore. And most importantly, remember your why. When you're tempted to quit, recall why you started. Your health, your strength, the example you're setting for your kids, your friends, your future self. Goals that stick aren't just about muscles or miles. They're about transformation, the kind that reshapes not just your body, but your mindset, your spirit, your life. So today I challenge you. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Write down your fitness goal. Make it bold, make it yours, and make it stick. Because this isn't just about reaching a destination. It's about becoming someone unstoppable along the way. That's it for today's episode of Sweat Soul Success. If this lit a fire in you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, the sweat is the grind, the soul is the reason, and success is yours for the taking. Until next time, stay strong, stay focused, and go crush those goals. Welcome back to Sweat Soul Success, the place where sweat meets soul, and together they forge the foundation of greatness. Today we're diving deep into a theme that separates the dreamers from the doers, the contenders from the champions, building a winning mindset. You know, the gym has taught me a lot of lessons. It's not just a place with dumbbells and treadmills, it's a battlefield. And every time you step in, you're faced with two opponents, the weights in front of you and the whispers in your head. You're too tired, you'll fail. This is enough. Those whispers? That's your comfort zone, and it's the most cunning opponent you'll ever face. Here's the thing about a winning mindset, it doesn't come gift-wrapped. It's forged. One decision, one rep, one step outside your comfort zone at a time. Let me share a story. Back in 2014, I met a guy named Marcus. Marcus wasn't extraordinary at first glance. In fact, he'd been told his whole life that he was just average. But Marcus had one secret weapon, his mindset. He walked into the gym every day with the same mantra, outwork the doubt. It didn't matter that his bench press was lighter than most or that he ran slower on the treadmill. What mattered was his unwavering belief that consistency beats intensity every time. Fast forward 5 years, Marcus wasn't just running races, he was winning them. He didn't just change his body, he transformed his life. That's the power of a winning mindset. It's not about where you start. It's about what you're willing to fight for every single day. I'm reminded of a quote by the legendary Vince Lombardi, "Winning isn't everything, but wanting to win is." Take a moment to let that sink in. Wanting to win isn't just a feeling, it's an intention. It's what gets you out of bed when it's cold, what keeps you pushing when your muscles scream, what silences the doubt when the odds feel impossible. So, how do you build this mindset? Here are 3 steps you can start today. 1. Rewrite your inner dialogue. Catch yourself when those negative whispers creep in. Replace "I can't" with "I will," and "I'm not ready" with "I'll figure it out." 2. Embrace the suck. Growth lives in discomfort. Every drop of sweat, every ache, every moment of doubt is proof that you're breaking barriers. 3. Set micro wins. Don't just focus on the summit. Celebrate the steps. The extra rep, the healthier meal, the 1 mile you ran today that you couldn't yesterday. Those micro wins are momentum, and momentum is unstoppable. Today I challenge you. Wherever you are, whether you're in the gym, at work, or just trying to tackle life, ask yourself, am I listening to the whispers of doubt, or am I stepping into the roar of possibility? Because that roar, that's your winning mindset calling. So what's it going to be? Will today be the day you start building the mindset that changes everything? Remember, greatness isn't found. It's built, and it's waiting for you on the other side of effort. This is Sweat Soul Success signing off. Go out there, fight for it. And as always, keep sweating, keep striving, and keep winning. Welcome back, warriors, dreamers, and doers to Sweat Soul Success. This is your weekly wake-up call where fitness meets fire and your potential meets purpose. Today, we're tackling a challenge every one of us has faced at some point on this relentless pursuit of greatness: workout plateaus. Let me set the stage. Imagine you're climbing a mountain. Each step takes you closer to the summit, the air is thinner, the effort greater, but the view, oh the view, it fuels you. Then suddenly you hit a flat stretch. No incline, no thrill. Just endless, unchanging ground. That, my friends, is your plateau. And today we're going to turn that stretch into the launching pad for your next ascent. Let me take you back to a time when I hit my own wall. I was training for my first half marathon. Weeks turned into months of consistent miles, but at mile 8 during my runs I felt stuck. My legs refused to push harder and my pace barely improved. It felt like I was running on a treadmill, going nowhere. Then one day I tried something different. I swapped my routine jogs for sprints, threw in some strength training, and even joined a yoga class. Within weeks, that dreaded mile 8 turned into mile 10, then mile 12. And finally, I crossed the finish line stronger than ever. The lesson? Change shakes the stagnant soul awake. As Albert Einstein famously said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. If your workout feels like Groundhog Day, it's time to rewrite the script. Let's break through that plateau together, right here, right now. Here are 3 ways to shake things up. 1. Switch up the stimulus. If you've been lifting the same weights, running the same route, or hitting the same machines, it's time to get uncomfortable. Try a new workout style: CrossFit, Pilates, boxing, swimming, anything that challenges your body in unfamiliar ways. 2. Dial into recovery. Sometimes the plateau isn't about pushing harder but recovering smarter. Add a rest day, prioritize stretching, or dive into ice baths or foam rolling. Your body rebuilds stronger during rest. 3. Set micro goals. Instead of chasing big, daunting targets, focus on small wins. Increase your squat weight by 5 pounds, shave 30 seconds off your mile time, or master a single pull-up. Small wins stack up to monumental victories. Here's your mission. Identify one area where you've hit a plateau. Then commit to a new approach for the next 7 days. Track it, own it, share it with us on social media with #SweatSoulSuccess. Let's break through this wall together, 1 rep, 1 step, 1 breath at a time. Remember, warriors, plateaus aren't the end. They're the universe's way of telling you, you're ready for more. So don't settle. Don't stop. As you step into this week, carry this mantra with you. I am a force and no obstacle can hold me back. Until next time, stay sweaty, stay soulful, and keep chasing success. This is Sweat Soul Success signing off. Welcome back to Sweat Soul Success, the podcast where grit meets growth and sweat fuels your soul. Today, I've got one question for you. Are you tired of starting over? Because if you are, it's time to stop giving up. But here's the kicker. Staying consistent doesn't mean burning yourself out. It means building a workout routine that's as sustainable as it is effective. Let's dig in. Picture this. A runner sets out for their first marathon. They sprint at full speed for the first mile, fueled by sheer excitement. But by mile 5, they're gasping for air, their energy spent, the finish line a distant dream. Now imagine another runner. They pace themselves, tuning into their body, saving enough fuel for every step. By mile 26, they're not just surviving, they're thriving, crossing that finish line with power. That's the difference between a workout frenzy and a sustainable routine. One burns out fast, the other builds strength for life. As Aristotle once said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Habits are the heartbeat of sustainability. They're the steady drumbeat that keeps you going when motivation fades. So, how do we build them? First, start small, and I mean small. Commit to just 15 minutes a day. Maybe it's a brisk walk, a short yoga flow, or a quick strength circuit. The key is showing up consistently, not crushing yourself with Herculean expectations. Second, make it personal. Your best friend's CrossFit obsession might not be your jam. Find what excites you, dance, hike, lift, swim, and lean into that. Third, create rituals. Maybe your morning begins with a sunrise jog, or your evenings end with a calming stretch session. Tie your workout to a time of day, a playlist, or even a specific pair of sneakers. Make it a non-negotiable part of your life. And lastly, give yourself grace. Progress isn't linear. Missed a day? So what? It's the comeback, not the setback, that defines you. Here's your challenge for this week. Pick one habit you can sustain for 7 days straight. Just one. Write it down, commit to it, and track your progress. Then tell me, how does it feel to keep showing up? Remember, champions aren't made in a single workout. They're forged in the fire of consistent effort, day in and day out. So, whether you're just starting your journey or you're looking to reignite your fire, this is your moment. Build something that lasts. Create a routine that not only challenges you but uplifts you, because greatness isn't about going hard, it's about going forever. Until next time, keep sweating, keep growing, and keep chasing that success. You've got this. What fuels you? Is it the drive to crush a workout, the fire to chase your dreams, or the will to conquer the day? No matter what it is, there's one universal truth. What you put into your body determines what you get out of it. Welcome back to Sweat Soul Success, the podcast where fitness meets personal growth, and today we're diving into one of the most underrated pillars of greatness: nutrition basics for peak performance. You see, nutrition isn't just about fueling your workouts, it's about fueling your life. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine standing in the middle of a racetrack. Beside you are two race cars. One is meticulously maintained, filled with high-octane fuel and ready to roar. The other? It's been running on junk fuel and its engine is sluggish, parts barely hanging on. Which one's crossing that finish line first? That's your body on good nutrition versus neglect. The question is, which car are you driving? A few years ago, I met an elite triathlete who seemed invincible. She'd push harder, run faster, and recover quicker than anyone I'd ever seen. But here's the kicker. Her secret wasn't just in the training, it was in her kitchen. She told me, every bite I take is a vote for the person I want to become. That line hit me like a freight train. She didn't see food as a casual decision. She saw it as casting a vote for her future self, her health, her strength, her energy. It reminds me of the words of Hippocrates. Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. Nutrition isn't just about calories or macros, it's about transformation. It's about becoming the best version of yourself from the inside out. Now let's break it down. Peak performance starts with simplicity. Here are 3 foundational principles to elevate your nutrition. 1. Prioritize whole foods. Think lean proteins, colorful vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats. These aren't just foods, they're building blocks. Every meal is an opportunity to build a stronger, sharper, more resilient you. 2. Stay hydrated. Dehydration is the silent performance killer. Keep water close and aim for at least half your body weight in ounces daily. Add electrolytes if you're sweating buckets. 3. Fuel around your workouts. Pre-workout, opt for carbs to energize. Post-workout, focus on protein to repair and rebuild. Remember, recovery doesn't happen by chance. It happens by choice. Here's my challenge for you. Over the next 7 days, track everything you consume. Not just the what, but the why. Are you eating to fuel greatness, or are you eating to fill a void? Be honest with yourself. Then make one small upgrade. Swap out one processed snack for a handful of almonds or an apple. Add an extra serving of greens to your dinner. Small wins lead to big transformations. As we wrap up, remember this. Nutrition is not about perfection. It's about intention. Every meal, every bite, every choice is a step closer to the person you're becoming. So, what's it going to be? Will you fuel mediocrity or will you fuel greatness? This week, choose greatness. Choose to show up for yourself. And when you do, you'll not only feel the difference, you'll live it. Until next time, keep sweating, keep growing, and keep chasing success. This is Your Name, signing off from Sweat Soul Success. Now go out there and crush it. You know what they say about storms? They're nature's way of clearing out the old and making space for the new. But here's the thing, when that storm hits, you can't just hide under the covers and wait it out. You've got to stand in the rain, brace against the wind, and remind yourself why you started. Today, we're diving headfirst into a truth we all face: staying motivated when the going gets tough. Picture this. You're on mile 10 of a marathon. Your legs feel like lead, your lungs are screaming for air, and every part of you is begging to stop. But somewhere in the crowd, you hear a voice shouting your name. It cuts through the noise like a lifeline. That voice? It's your reason why. Maybe it's your family, your dream, or your unshakable belief in what you're capable of. Whatever it is, it pulls you forward one step at a time. That's the power of staying motivated through challenges. It's not about denying the struggle. It's about finding your voice in the chaos. Let me tell you a story about a man named Derek Redmond. Derek was a British sprinter competing in the 1992 Olympics. Halfway through the 400-meter race, his hamstring tore. The pain was unbearable and he collapsed on the track. But instead of staying down, Derek stood up. Hobbling forward, step by agonizing step, he was determined to finish. And then, through the crowd, his father came down to the track. Together, they crossed the finish line. Derek didn't win a medal that day, but he won something far greater: the respect of millions and the proof that motivation isn't about the absence of pain. It's about showing up even when it hurts. There's a quote by Winston Churchill that hits home: if you're going through hell, keep going. Think about that. Motivation isn't a permanent state. It's a muscle you build by moving forward, no matter what stands in your way. Here's what I want you to do this week. Think of one challenge that's been weighing you down. Write it down. Then, underneath it, write your why. Maybe it's to be stronger for your family, to prove to yourself that you can, or to honor the goals you set when times were easier. Next, commit to one action, no matter how small, that aligns with your why. Maybe it's getting to the gym when you'd rather sleep in. Maybe it's saying no to the excuses that creep in when things feel hard. Just one step. Because one step leads to another, and before you know it, you're miles ahead of where you thought you'd be. Remember, champions aren't made in comfort zones. They're forged in fire. They rise not because it's easy, but because they choose to. So, when the storm hits, don't run for cover. Stand tall, dig deep, and remind yourself why you started. You've got this. Let's crush it this week. Until next time, stay strong, stay soulful, and keep chasing success. This is Sweat Soul Success, and I'll see you at the top. What if I told you that the secret to greatness isn't hidden in some magic pill or in the perfect plan? What if the real key to unlocking your full potential lies in the ordinary, in the mundane, in the repetitive? Discipline, it's the bridge between where you are and where you're destined to be. Today on Sweat Soul Success, we're diving deep into the power of discipline in fitness and in life. So strap in, because this isn't about quick fixes, it's about rewiring your mind to win. Picture this: it's 5 a.m., the world is quiet, and the sun hasn't even stretched its golden fingers across the horizon. Somewhere out there, a woman laces up her running shoes. She's not an Olympian, not a professional athlete, just an everyday person who made a decision. She steps out into the chill of dawn, her breath visible in the air. Her body aches from yesterday's workout, and her mind whispers all the reasons to stay in bed. But she runs anyway. Day after day she runs. Not for glory, not for recognition, but because she promised herself she would. And that's the essence of discipline. Showing up when it's hard, when it's inconvenient, when no one is watching. Over time, that same woman's endurance grows. She finishes her first marathon, then her second. But the real victory isn't the medal she hangs on the wall. It's the unshakable belief she's built in herself, the knowledge that she can do hard things. As Aristotle famously said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Discipline isn't a one-time effort. It's the act of choosing your goals over and over again, even when the spark of motivation fades. Think of discipline as a muscle. The first time you try to lift a heavy weight, it's hard. Your hands shake and maybe you don't succeed. But each time you try, each time you push past your limits, you grow stronger. It's the same with showing up for your workouts, prepping your meals, or setting boundaries with yourself. Every small act of discipline is a rep for your character. And those reps, they're shaping a version of you that's unbreakable. Now, here's your challenge. Identify one area in your fitness journey where discipline has been lacking. Maybe it's skipping workouts, giving in to unhealthy cravings, or letting excuses steer the wheel. Commit, not tomorrow, not next week, but right now, to taking one disciplined action. That might mean planning your meals for the week, laying out your gym clothes tonight, or setting your alarm for an early morning session. Write it down, speak it out loud, and then follow through. Remember, discipline starts with a single decision. Here's the truth, my friends: motivation will fail you. It's fleeting like a gust of wind. But discipline? Discipline is the steady flame that lights your path, even on the darkest days. Build it, protect it, live by it. Because when you master the art of showing up, you don't just change your body, you change your entire life. So go, do the hard things. Prove to yourself that you can. Because greatness isn't waiting for someone more talented or lucky. It's waiting for you. And it starts today with discipline. Until next time, keep sweating, keep growing, and keep chasing that success. This is Sweat Soul Success. Let's go get it. Picture this. You're in a gym, weights lined up like soldiers ready for battle. You approach the barbell, hands trembling, heart pounding. As you grip the cold steel, you don't just lift, you rise. That moment isn't just about strength, it's about transformation. Welcome to Sweat Soul Success, where every rep builds not just muscles but resilience, and every drop of sweat is a declaration of your determination. Today we're diving into a theme that will ignite your fire and reshape your mindset: the benefits of strength training. Strength training is more than just deadlifts, squats, and presses. It's about building the kind of strength that ripples through every area of your life. Physically, yes, but also mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. Let me tell you about Maria. She's a 43-year-old single mom who walked into her first strength training class last year. She felt out of place, intimidated by the seasoned athletes around her. But session after session, she started to transform. At first, it was the small wins, lifting 5 more pounds, holding a plank for just 10 more seconds. Then came the bigger victories, standing taller, smiling wider, saying yes to challenges she used to avoid. Today, Maria calls herself a warrior. Because strength training gave her more than a toned body, it gave her the confidence to tackle life's heaviest lifts. Why is this? Why does lifting a barbell or mastering a kettlebell swing feel so empowering? Because strength training teaches you the language of growth. It whispers to you, you are capable. Each rep is a conversation between your mind and body, reminding you that strength isn't given, it's earned. And it's not just about muscles. Research shows it improves bone density, combats chronic illnesses, sharpens focus, and boosts mental health. Strength isn't just about what you see in the mirror. It's the foundation of how you show up in life. And as the legendary Arnold Schwarzenegger once said, strength does not come from winning. Your struggles develop your strengths. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, that is strength. Think about that. Strength is forged in the fire of challenge, not comfort. So how can you harness the transformative power of strength training? Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned pro, it starts with these 3 principles. 1. Commit to consistency. Show up for yourself. Start small if you have to. 2 sessions a week can ignite the spark. 2. Focus on progress, not perfection. Every rep is a step forward. Track your growth, no matter how incremental. 3. Embrace the challenge. Push past the discomfort. That's where the growth happens. Here's my challenge for you. This week, set a strength goal that scares you a little. Maybe it's trying a heavier weight. Maybe it's mastering a new movement. Whatever it is, chase it like your future self depends on it. Because guess what? It does. Strength isn't just a physical state. It's a declaration of who you are and who you're becoming. It's the courage to pick up what seems heavy and say, I will carry this. So, the next time you're in the gym, on the mat, or even just facing life's obstacles, remember, strength isn't measured by the weight you lift but by the limits you break. You've got this. Now go out there and make your sweat count. This is Sweat Soul Success, reminding you that every rep you take is one step closer to the greatness you're destined for. Until next time, keep lifting, keep growing, and keep shining. Welcome back, my relentless warriors, to another episode of Sweat Soul Success, the podcast where sweat meets soul and together they conquer greatness. Today we're diving headfirst, no heart first, into a topic that keeps the rhythm of life going strong: cardio. But this isn't about punishment. It's not about endless, boring runs on a treadmill staring at the wall. No, this is about fun. Let's talk about turning cardio into a celebration of life, movement, and vitality. So let me ask you this. When was the last time you felt your heart race, not out of stress or anxiety, but pure joy? Picture this. It's a crisp Saturday morning. The world is waking up. Dew still clings to the grass and you're lacing up your sneakers. You're not dreading a workout, you're excited. You hit the pavement, trail, or park, and before you know it, your body finds a rhythm. Maybe you're laughing with a friend, dancing to your favorite playlist, or chasing your kid around the backyard. Your heart starts to pump, your blood flows like a river cutting through a canyon, and for a moment you feel alive. That's cardio at its best. Not a chore but a celebration of movement. And your heart? It's the drumline of this celebration, pounding out the beat that keeps you going. Now, I'm reminded of a quote by the legendary Jim Ryan: motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. Cardio is no different. At first, it might feel hard, your legs might burn, your breath might be short. But when you find ways to make it fun, it stops being just another workout and becomes a habit that fuels your mind, body, and soul. So, how do we keep it fun? Here are 3 ways to spark joy in your cardio routine. one. Make it social, grab a friend or join a group. A run, a dance class, or even a game of tag with your kids can turn exercise into a shared adventure. 2. Mix it up, forget the treadmill monotony. Try cycling through your neighborhood, rollerblading, or joining a Zumba class. Variety is your ally. 3. Gamify your goals. Apps like Strava or Fitbit challenges can add a layer of excitement. Challenge yourself to beat your previous time or distance. Compete with friends. Turn it into a game you want to win. Here's my challenge for you this week. Find one fun cardio activity and do it twice. Just twice. But here's the catch, you must smile while you do it. Laugh, celebrate, and embrace the moment. Your heart isn't just a muscle, it's your lifeline. Every beat is a gift, and every step, jump, or spin you take is a thank you note to your body for keeping you alive. When you treat cardio not as a punishment but as a pathway to joy, you're giving your heart the care it deserves. So lace up, hit play on your favorite track, and let's turn this week into a celebration of health, happiness, and heart-pounding adventure. You've got this, warrior. Until next time, stay strong, stay soulful, and keep chasing greatness. This is Sweat Soul Success. Let's go. Welcome back, warriors, dreamers, and game changers, to another electrifying episode of Sweat Soul Success. This is your sanctuary for sweat-drenched victories, soul-deep reflections, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. Today, we're diving headfirst into a game changer that separates the good from the great. Mastering morning workouts. Picture this, the world is still. The sky is painted with the soft hues of dawn, and while the rest of humanity clings to their pillows, you, yes you, are lacing up your sneakers. In that moment, you're not just starting your day, you're staking your claim on it. You're saying, this day doesn't own me, I own it. But let's get real. Mornings are hard. The snooze button is seductive. The bed is warm. And the voice in your head? Oh, it's whispering every excuse in the book. You can't. You're tired. There's always later. Here's the truth. Later is a lie. Because what's at stake isn't just a workout. It's momentum. It's your mindset. It's the way you set the tone for everything that follows. As Hal Elrod, author of The Miracle Morning, said, how you wake up each day and your morning routine, or lack thereof, dramatically affects your levels of success in every single area of your life. I remember a moment from my own journey. It was winter, the kind of cold that bites through layers and makes your bones ache. My alarm blared at 5 a.m., and every fiber of my being begged me to stay under the covers. But then I thought about my why. Not the surface level why, to get fit, to look good, but the deep, unshakable reason I started in the first place, to be someone who refuses to let excuses win. That morning, as my breath turned to mist in the icy air and my shoes pounded against the frost-covered ground, I didn't just conquer a workout. I conquered myself. So how do you make morning workouts your superpower? Here's the blueprint. 1. Prepare the night before. Lay out your workout clothes. Prep your water bottle. Set your alarm across the room so you have to get up to turn it off. Remove every obstacle that gives your morning brain an excuse. 2. Anchor to a powerful why. Surface level goals won't cut it when the bed feels like heaven. Dig deep. What drives you? Is it health? Confidence? Being a role model for your kids? Write it down and remind yourself every day. 3. Start small, but start. Maybe it's a 10-minute yoga session, a quick jog, or a bodyweight circuit. The goal is to create a habit. Remember, consistency beats intensity when you're building momentum. 4. Celebrate the wins. Each morning you show up as a victory. Acknowledge it. Let that pride fuel your fire for tomorrow. Here's your challenge. Tomorrow morning, before the sun kisses the horizon, I want you to rise and sweat. Not for anyone else, not for the mirror, but for the unstoppable force you're becoming. And when it's hard, because it will be hard, remember this: the pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. Greatness isn't found in grand gestures or perfect conditions. It's carved out in moments like these, when the world is still sleeping and you're out there earning it. So lace up, show up, and light that fire within. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this episode fired you up, share it with someone who needs that extra push. Let's build a community of warriors who refuse to settle for anything less than extraordinary. Until next time, stay sweaty, stay soulful, and stay successful. This is Sweat Soul Success. Let's go.